Recording is on.
Hey guys, let's give folks another minute or so. Do, do, do. How you guys doing today?
Really good. How are you?
Good, good. Good, good. All
Excited
right.
for tomorrow.
What's that?
Excited for tomorrow.
Yeah. I was pumped. It'll
Hello,
be fun.
everybody.
Hey Jenny, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm just getting this off the ground, I guess. Everybody, welcome to the Bat Community Call for Tuesday, March 18th. 2025. Hope you all had a good St. Patrick's Day and are having a good week so far. Yeah, lots to cover. So I will hand it over to Jenny to get things rolling with the deck. How's it going, Jenny?
Good. Hope you're good too.
Yep.
I'm just looking to make sure that where is everyone today?
I don't know.
Everyone must be outside. It's like, well, in Montreal, it's like the first nice day that we've had. It feels like spring today. The sun is out. It's mild. Had my patio door open. So maybe everybody's outside touching grass.
Pattern has a good point. It's the day after St. Patrick's Day, so
Oh, okay.
might be a little R&R on the liver or something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Okay. Yeah, let's get started though. All right. Let's head over to the deck. Okay, everybody. Starting with some community highlights. So this week on Bat Spaces, our discussion topic will be how relevant is social media for today's digital economy? We'll find out. Join us on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Attention Token X. Additionally, we've done some really cool spaces lately that if you have not attended, you can check out because we record them all, as you know. I say the same thing every week. But last week we did dead internet theory. Should you be concerned? That was a good one. I was not on it, but the community team was, and I heard that it went very well. The week before that, we had chase the meta or establish a brand. And then the week before that, we did the fun side of memes and more. So like I said, all those recordings are available on Attention Token X if you want to check them out. And actually, do you guys hear my dog barking like crazy? I hope you don't.
Oh, I just burped. I thought that was it.
Oh, no, my dog is in the backyard barking her brains out. But anyway, if you can't hear her, that's a good thing. I just wanted to add here that we're coming up on a year soon of X Spaces produced by Unfungible, which is really cool. Crazy. I can't believe it's already been a year, but we're going to share a really cool like stats recap when that comes along in like a month or so. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, you all know we've been doing spaces for like 3 years now. We did them for 2 years on our own. And then for the past year, we've been doing them with Unfungible, and our attendance and the topics and the hosting and everything has improved like tenfold since working with them. So yeah, excited to share those stats in a month or so. Okay, another little announcement. Bat Roadmap 3.0, which you all know came out in December, is now available in 2 new languages, thanks to some of our Bat ambassadors. So we have Łukasz, who helped us with the Polish translation, and Stan the man, helped us with the Swahili translation. And those are now live on the site. If you go to the roadmap in the blog, Scroll down to the page footer. You can choose your language from a list of options. And in addition to Polish and Swahili, the roadmap was also already available in English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Japanese. So we're really excited about this. It's always cool when ambassadors contribute to an area that like then gets made official somehow or like solidified like on the official website or on the official blog for millions of people to see. I think that's just amazing. So I just want to say thank you to Wukash and thank you to Stan for your contributions. And also I believe Paula helped out with the Spanish translation. So thank you for that, Paula. That's been live since we launched. But yeah, more languages means more accessibility, more people around the world being able to absorb our updates. So that's just really awesome. Thank you guys. And please share with your friends and your local communities. Okay, just want to cover some other work in progress. You all have seen this slide for the past couple of weeks, but just wanted to update on some things. So the main things that I want to touch on today are the official BAT website homepage. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. The copy on the homepage is very, very out of date and didn't line up so well with the new BAT Roadmap 3.0 and the Brave Rewards 3.0 narrative. So we made some updates to it to better reflect that narrative. And those updates are submitted, they're reviewed, they're staged, and we're just waiting to get them published, hopefully this week. So that's really great because the homepage has not been updated in a couple of years. Really needed a copy update. And I think we also plan to do like a more comprehensive like visual update, but that's going to involve some design and engineering resources that we didn't have that right now for the deadline that we needed. So we just did copy, but nevertheless, it's a very needed and welcome update. So stay tuned for that sometime this week. In addition, Brave Rewards 3.0 Partner Program announcement is going out tomorrow. So we're really, really excited about that. We've been talking about it with you all on this call for the last couple of weeks. We have 8 partners lined up for the announcement. The announcement's going out tomorrow, along with a blog, along with, copy, like comms on all of our socials, X, Twitter, Reddit, Telegram, all of them. So keep an eye out for that. We've been working really hard Luke worked really hard to design and scope the program. And then the community team worked really hard to, get partners and just get everything lined up and ready, all the deliverables and all that stuff. So we're really excited to unveil it to you tomorrow. Please let us know your feedback once the announcement comes out and let us know if you have any questions. We'll all be around online to answer any questions you may have. Luke, did you want to add anything there?
Only that appreciate everything that the team's done. It's really been cool to come together. And I think like the thing that's really neat about the program is that, this is just a first announcement. Like for every month around this time, we'll do another announcement where we add more partners. And then there's another element of it too, which I think we'll have like, for ambassador level folks of like kind of getting all the different partners together to kind of brainstorm with ambassadors and other folks from partner communities and stuff on ways that we can leverage the partner program together and kind of have it be a forum for that. So stay tuned for that too. But I'm excited. I think this is like, it's a really cool way to kind of like get this first batch of partners out there, but then, like add more to it. And then watch like, as but over the next several months, you see more and more partners on that are using BAT for different things. And we're growing kind of really good stuff within the community. And then also like the work that Christopher and his team have done on the rewards 3.0 release, watching that come out, like even seeing it like from, I don't know if you guys are in beta and nightly, like you can see the nightly UI is like already have some changes that are added to it that are improving and iteratively kind of getting rolled out into that haven't met beta yet. And so the team's already basically like working some pretty cool stuff into the mix as we go. It hasn't even hit release channel yet. So super excited for this. And I think it's really going to help to like get a lot more bat utility out there, get a lot more bat adoption, and get more and more people using bat. As the market's looking for things that are real, we're going to surface things that are real through the offer wall.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for adding those details about like sort of the duration of program and the program and how things are going to be iterative, and how like the offer wall, like the full expanded view is like only a nightly and is going to be writing the release trains, but we're going to keep like iterating on it and adding more offers there. And thank you for also mentioning the community component. I don't want to pre-tease that, but I'm glad you mentioned it. Cool. Awesome. So that's that. And then moving on to the next slide, I just want to share some tweets for some holidays, so some things that we've been celebrating lately on X. And Guillermo created this awesome artwork. He's been working on this new style of art where he creates like a brave looking lion, like in all these cool different settings. That was a really poor way of explaining that. Guillermo, I'll let him talk about his art. But yeah, it was St. Patrick's Day recently, so we celebrated that on X, and it was also the Indian holiday Holi, and I know that we have many users in India, so it's just nice to give them a little Holi greeting. And also it was Solana's birthday, not yesterday, the day before, the 16th. And you all know we're longtime partners of Solana, and we have BAT payments on Solana rolling out globally. So really exciting. And we just wanted to take a moment to celebrate that. And I also wanted to share the lovely art that Guillermo's been making on the slide here in case you're not following us on X. And that's actually it for me this week. BatEarn, over to you, sir.
Hello, everyone. A bit of an ambassador update from my end. Pardon me. Me and Moonbeam have been working on creating one form to rule them all, which I'm excited to share with the community team when it's finished. But it's going to streamline a lot of things. We're creating a new code of conduct because the last one was made like a year ago or something, and I think it needs a bit of an update. And we're making the attaché ambassador progression along with the role meaning clarified. Like I want to really get it so that the attachés are on a bit more of a tighter leash while they learn the role, so they don't so they can learn what they're doing and not cause any problems. And I want to create like more perks, the ambassador program. Like once you reach the ambassador role, like as Luke was mentioning, we're gonna, once we've got all these new the offer wall partners in, we're going to whack them into a chat with ambassadors, all the actual ambassadors, and see what we can cook up. And finally, towards the end of the month, we're having the We Survived Q1 BAT community party on Friday the 28th with karaoke, Scribble, and whatever games people want to play, along with other BAT prizes. So excited to get that. And I'm not sure if Wukash is here for the next slide. If he's not, I will explain it.
I don't see him. I think you can go ahead.
Okay. Wukash is doing a mystery NFT drop commemorating Left Hand's 1,000 Days Doodling achievement. To qualify, you have to go on the DBank official BAT channel and become a follower. I think it's going to be on the AVAX chain, since that's his favorite. I would link it in the chat, but my screen's being recorded, so if someone could do me the pleasure, that would be wonderful. And that's all for me.
Thanks, BatEarn. Guillermo, your turn.
Hello, everyone. I think this is a good follow-up. First of all, I want to say that it's really cool to see that we are seeing support not only directly from the team, but also from the community itself. So Ucash doing this is really cool. Plus, it allows us to explore another chain, being AVAX. But, on the Sol side of things, this is something that if you have attended the past calls, you already know what it is. We have drops on Echo celebratory drop for left hands. 1,000 doodles. In Sunday, he has reached 1,000, and 1,000 of anything is just amazing to see. Plus, if you're doing it daily, it's just even more incredible. And I think this is something that is worth celebrating. So we have dropped it on Echo today. all ambassadors receive the common, the rare, and the legendary. I'm putting it on the chat right now. I'm trying to make time while I'm
I beat you to it.
spacing things. Yeah. Oh, okay. Did you? Oh, yeah.
Yours
You.
is direct link. Yours is better.
So this is something that you can collect right now. You can also do Ucash's collectible on AVAX, but if you prefer Solana or if you want both, this is another thing that you can do. And if you are part of the Bad Ambassadors program, you can receive the rare and legendary also, which is really, really cool. These were also made by Left Hand, and I think they look really, really cool in the Echo aesthetic.
Hey, Guillermo, quick question for you. You said that all of the ambassadors will have the opportunity to collect all 3 versions. Do you need to send them droplets, which is the currency that Drip uses, or how should we go about this?
So if you don't have droplets, you can just send me the message, and I will make sure that you have enough to collect them. That is different.
Okay.
And if anyone here in this call needs some extra droplets for whatever reason, just wants to try out Drip, send me a message. I'll be very happy to send you around 100 or so.
And where's the best place for people to message you, on X or in Discord?
Potentially on X, yeah. On Discord too, you can ping me or you can send me direct message. But potentially, I think this might be the best place on X.
Okay, perfect. I'll just let it be known right now. I need some droplets.
I'll send it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm unsure if I can send it actually, because I remember one time I tried to send it to you, but they have been evolving and upgrading for the past 3 years or so. I mean, we have been working with Drip for a really long time, and they've changed their platform quite a bit. So I'm unsure if I can send it directly to new users, because I think they want to motivate new users to first do a buy-in of some droplets or not. But at the same time, we're going to be working with them closely, and in the next couple of weeks we might be able to distribute some droplets for free for our users for Echo 4. We'll talk a bit more about it later on the month.
Okay,
once
perfect.
we're getting closer to the drop of Echo 4.
Perfect. All good to know. I had one more question, I think. How long is the collectible available for, the left-hand one?
The collectible will be available for 2 weeks, starting today.
Okay, perfect. So people have time to send you a DM if they don't have enough droplets.
Exactly.
Perfect. All right. Thanks.
And next slide, I believe, is just it's just stating that today we had left hands drop, and very, very soon we're going to have Echo 4 regarding creators, which is going to align with past programs that ran from the team side of things in advertisement, like you saw with Wendy and other creators. So I'm excited about that. And I believe that's it from my end. I'll pass it on to beautiful bald man Godson. Kick it away, friend.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, fellow Baldy. Hello, everybody. My name is Godson, and I have your Brave in Africa for the week. First of all, I want to say, where do I get the drop? Because I've been on the website for the last 20, 10 minutes trying to get it. But anyway, I'll DM you afterwards. Hello, everybody.
Hang on, before you go in, I'll just clarify for anyone who might have missed, but Guillermo just said, if you're trying to claim the collectible on Drip and you cannot because you don't have enough droplets, which is what are required to, it's like the currency that they use on Drip House, you can send Guillermo a message on X and he will send you droplets and then you'll be able to claim.
Okay.
Just wanted to clarify, because if you have the question, other people are probably wondering too, and other people probably.
Yeah, I clicked the link and I was like, oh, where'd I get the free? I like free things, right? So I was gonna be like, let me get as many as possible before they gone, but I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, thank you very much. Hello everybody. Over the coming weeks, we have a couple of things planned. I want to start by spotlighting Stan, who is back in the saddle. He wants to go to Code Africa, which is like a mid-sized event, expecting 1,500 plus participants. This will be on May the 19th to the 22nd. I'm bringing it up now because Essentially, we probably have to like barter some sort of like ad space in exchange for like his tickets and stuff like that. So I wanted to bring it early on and just kind of mention it before we send in the proposal for it. He said he was gonna speak with the people over there sometime this evening. So I think Stan is here, so he might have a thing or two to add about that. But yeah, so just expect some updates coming out of that, leading up to the event, and some more afterwards. I'm a little bit excited for the next thing as well. So this one I'm really happy about. Stan is part of like a local like football league. This is his team there. You're looking at, and I spoke to him on WhatsApp earlier today, and he was like, the team already wears a red jersey, and they don't have a sponsor, right? So he said he wanted to ask us to be like the official sponsor for the team. His proposal is literally just to buy them like some jerseys, like some brave merch, basically, just for them to wear, and he could use it as an opportunity to evangelize some more, as he people will ask, what is this brave thing you guys are wearing, and then he go into it. So it's a nice little proposal. I'm thinking we'll send that in like also this week. It shouldn't. It's a one-time thing, and it's coming in reasonably priced. So I'm personally like happy about this one. I look forward to the picture, with the whole teams, and with Stan there. So yeah, moving on with the billboard proposal. Basically, it's been moved back like about 2 to 3 weeks, just because they have to construct a stand now. So, and that's just that's taking a little bit of time. But essentially, just kind of just wanted to update everybody and say like, oh, we're gonna push it back about 2 to 3 weeks, just before it's done. But until then, watch the space. And then finally, I wanted to remind everybody that we do in fact have a Telegram channel. We have the announcement channel, and then also we have the communication, so like the conversation channel. So if you would like to stay up to date with everything we're doing, please go to t.me/Bat Brigade Community and keep up with the team. Thank you, everybody. That's me.
Okay. Thanks, Hudson. I don't think Drew is with us right now, so Paula, you can take it away.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day. Now, for additional updates, our bad ambassador from Colombia, Wilfredo, is going to represent Brave at Crypto Latin Fest event in Medellin. I was in Medellin a week ago, and it was so pretty. The energy, the people, so I'm sure it's going to be a great event. So they expect more attendees than last year, and they're going to do they're doing a hackathon as well, so there will be a lot of hackers and college students will be there, which is a great opportunity for us to connect with young and fresh minds. So I'll keep you posted about that, and then I'll have a call with the Bad Mexico team tomorrow. They took a small break because there was a lot going on, but they are ready to start working again. So we want to look for opportunities. They have events this year, and also content creation and all that. So I'm very excited to work with them again. And now for the back community call summaries, we have just published summary number 43 in our Notion. So all the summaries are now up to date. Next slide, please.
Yay.
Thank you. Okay, so Earlier today, we made a post on X and we shared it in Discord and Telegram as well. So please go check it out if you missed these very informative calls that are full of updates and cool stuff. So currently, you can find the Spanish translation for those. And Natch and Dave are working on translating the rest in Japanese and Hindi. So shout out to them for all their work. Thank you. And now for the highlights of the week, I wanted to give a special shout out to Vanessa for these awesome posts. I needed to dedicate an entire slide for this. I love to see it. Thank you so much for spreading the word about Brave. Please go check it out and leave a like. Thank you. But also, these other posts deserve to be here today. Of course, our amazing Bad Ambassador, Moonbeamer, has been doing an incredible job for the program. And this is just a small example of all of her work. So we love you, Moonbee, if you're here. And we also loved this from Cleaver. It was amazing and the promotion was well deserved. You just saved your company from a lot of trouble. You totally deserved it. But yeah, that's all from me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula. I wonder if that's true. This person, my boss literally promoted me for just changing all the browsers from Chrome to Brave. He was shocked. That
Yeah, I really hope so.
It's amazing.
I really hope so.
That's actually awesome, if true. Perfect. Thank you so much, team. That's all for us.
Thanks, everybody. No, it's great updates. Super excited for what we got coming up tomorrow and onward with the program, and great to see. I'm just seeing like Brave mention more and more too, like in recommendations, and with the stuff going on with Firefox and all these Google things happening, like somehow like the whole uBlock thing got pulled just at a wild time. Anyway, I will open it up for questions from folks and kind of if there's anything anybody wants to talk about, let's have it out. Dragon Dave, what's happening?
Yeah, let me check if I have the right heads. I have the microphone. Question: recently, iOS dropped new icons for the the Brave browser app. Question: is there something like that planned for Android phones and different systems?
I can find out. I think so, and I think if not, then I'm sure they're looking to see how well this gets received in iOS before taking it over there. But let me look and find out and try and get you an answer on that. I don't know unless somebody else here that knows it top of mind. I'll check. Which one did you like though? Which one was your favorite?
Out of the head, I can't remember all of them. I just but the same system is on Discord and Twitter, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of like people that are wanting more customizable stuff and things like this too. So I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, I suspect it's right around the corner, but let me find out and give you a proper answer. Cool. Good question. All right. What else do we want to talk about today? Bad Earn.
What do you think the best way of approaching like bigger companies, like hotels and like computer game companies and stuff, and getting them to advertise on Brave? What do you reckon the best way to reach big companies like that are? Like Steam, for example.
Yeah. I mean, I think like a good way to do it from the community level is to just ask them on X, right? Like, or somewhere else. It depends though, like with these big brands, like most of them are doing stuff through agencies that kind of hire or have the a lot of the control over like where they spend or it's kind of like a weird relationship there. But yeah, I think that's the best way to do it is to flag it on X and then tag Brave too to like in that, and then it's a signal to us too.
Yeah, I think like we kind of tried that before, but I think with the offer wall in place and demonstrating like what it can do, I think we'll have a lot more impact.
I agree.
We've done this with these. This is this is what we can do for you.
I agree.
Like I love the pop-up ads, but they're not as exciting.
Stan, you have a hand up. Or
I wanted to ask, this something was discussed sometimes ago, whether we can have custom domain emails for ambassadors, especially this time for approaching, to make it a bit more official when you are approaching companies which want to come and be featured in the offer wall. Is it possible?
Possibly. Like I think it might be something that we can do to like for like ambassador level or something, but I think we should probably get a tighter process around this, like around approaching on this stuff too, because just so that it's one of those things where like if it's too easy to get them, then people start to get them that and abuse them, so like I think like let's we should have something more in place for outreach on that, or a process or a form or something.
I was going to say,
you were going to say
on
something?
that note, we have actually got something in the works. So like the processes like you outlined the other day, we've got the one form to rule them up all coming now. So on that, you'd select someone who you suggest as a potential partnership. Why? Then you'd have the contact person for us to start speaking to them, and then once we start speaking to them, if it seemed like a good fit, then we can escalate it to the advertising team.
Yeah, that's probably the best way, just to kind of, because the other thing is that like we have our team might already be in touch with some of these folks and want to just like it's good for the team to know, because they can like signal that, hey, look, like there's extra interest too, like from people around that.
Like it's good for our community and ambassadors to be reaching out to other communities and letting them know about Bat and Brave, but trying to do the outreach directly yourself, I don't think is the best method.
Yeah, I think like
if you can speak community to community, and you can get community team to community team, and then from there we can take it up to like biz dev to biz dev. That's kind of how I see the progression.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's probably the way. It never hurts to signal to like to the brand that you want to see them there, like because sometimes that snowballs in a good way. But I think you've outlined the right path there. Yeah, no, it's a good question. I know Jenny, you were unmuted there too. I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
Yeah, I think you both covered it pretty well. I think one last thing I'll add with regards to like getting more official looking emails for ambassadors, it is a little bit difficult as well, because there's such a high turnover within the program, or we're always, kind of getting new ambassadors, new people are joining, sometimes people are dropping off. And so I think it would just require maybe a little bit more maintenance than the team is prepared for currently. But I really love what Battern proposed, and what we've been talking about in our ambassador calls as well, where like, you all are welcome to like Luke said, if you see a brand that you want to you want us to work with, like you can tweet at them, you can go into their community, join their community, find a contact. But when it comes to like doing, actual outreach, like getting in touch, like we're happy to do it on your behalf, because, we have the company emails. And again, like Luke said, the most important thing is that in many cases, it's been the case several times that, someone on our team is already in touch with someone on the other team, and therefore we want to avoid stepping on toes if possible. And yeah, we can always like check internally before proceeding.
Cool.
Okay, perfect.
And like we all know how annoying those people on Discord and Telegram be like, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? And just out of nowhere, it's much better to just actually get involved with a community a bit and then say your piece, and then we can move it along.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're like, if they have like a Web3 community too, like you know, like I think community to community activity is like really strong. It can move things like pretty well in ways that like people like underestimate from what I see. Cool. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Are you going to be doing karaoke this week?
God.
No, at the party, even on the 28th.
On the party on the 28th, I think so.
Okay, what song
I don't
are you
know if I'll
sing?
sing, but I'll be there.
You've got to sing, Luke.
Oh God.
Okay, I guess you don't have to.
Here we go. Cool. What else you guys want to talk about? We got some time. Lukash, hey, welcome.
Oh,
hello.
Can you hear me well?
I can.
Yes. Sorry for being late.
All good.
Yeah, but I was supposed to have a speech today.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So what's the good news? You know, the overall market condition looks kind of sucky. Politically speaking, unstable. World War III literally on our doorstep. So what's the good news? Anybody knows? No, well, I have one. My garden fence got fixed today.
All right.
That's a good thing, I guess.
I love
it. And the other thing is, I think this is the first time I ever speak during our community call. That's the second one. So for those who doesn't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Łukasz. I'm originally from Poland, showing off as BAT ambassador today. I mean, I have an important announcement to make. Obviously, don't forget to put the word important in brackets, okay? But first, okay, before we go to the details, let me give you some of my favorite BAT mixture of copium and ex-hopium. It's 2017 vintage, and it feels good. So today's mix rate stands at 60-40, which is like 60% of copium against 40% of hopium. Meaning, what's currently happening on the market is nothing new. So don't stress it too much, okay? Don't panic. Trust me, you don't need that. And just do your thing. Keep grinding. If we survive this turmoil, we will emerge successful. That's my advice for today. Okay? And now back to the main topic. So where's my card? Where's my slide?
Oh, hang on. Let me fill it up for you.
I love this. I want to have Lukash come on here like at least once a month.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on here with such a great sense of humor. Hang on. I've got to open up the deck again. Give me a moment.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. That's my stuff. So back to the main topic. As we know, our left-hand guy reaching a milestone, doodling 1,000 consecutive days straight for us, which is, I would say, achievement in its own right, because it requires self-discipline and consistency. Consistency and self-discipline. So thank you, left hand. Yeah, just give him some clap, okay? Where's the... Can I? Oh, yes, I can do that. Yeah. Right. So what's next? Therefore, in order to commemorate this achievement, I would like to go a step further, and for this occasion, I've created a mystery NFT to distribute among our beloved community members. It's my own personal art. It's not AI created. To be honest, I use AI sometimes for inspiration, but create and finish the job myself. Software-wise, I use GIMP predominantly, and sometimes, surprise, surprise, the best tool in the world, which is Windows Paint. Yes. So, how to get one, you may ask? Well, it's very simple. I'm sure some of you are familiar with website like Debunk. I guess it was discussed today, so it's fine. We have an official BAT community channel there, and I'm sure some of you already signed up there. That's all right. But all you have to do is to go there and follow that channel. That's it. That way, at the end of this week, I will populate a list of all the addresses to drop my mystery NFT. That's it. Nothing else. No retweets, no comments, none of that nonsense. And whoever follows a channel will get an NFT. And please know that NFT is somewhat being an art. It only has sentimental values to leave good memories, okay? So links are provided already in the comment section and on my channel on X as well. So you will find links if you, let's say, rewatch the video later on, or whoever joins later on and watch it. So he will find the links on official X pages, my own posts, and here in the chat section. So thank you all. Jenny, if you please, back to you.
Thank you, Lukasz. That was lovely.
That was awesome. Thank you, Lucas. Very cool. And go follow the page. Get into the drop, and it's awesome that you're making art yourself too. I think that's really great. And it's also good to hear from you. Like voices to names are amazing, and we appreciate it. So yeah, go check that out. And yeah, I'm gonna go follow it myself too, just to see how this goes. But yeah.
And like I mentioned earlier, Lukasz is responsible for the Polish translation of Bat Roadmap 3.0, which is now live.
That's rad.
Thank you for that too.
Yeah, very cool. Much appreciated. Yeah, and I think you have a good point too. Like, you know, this stuff, like, don't let the markets get you down too much. It's you know, these things. It's March a couple of years ago, or 5 years ago. Gosh, at this point, I remember stuff hitting the skids pretty hard, and then, you know, rebounds back. I think the interesting thing right now is to see just how much warmer of an environment it is now for entrepreneurs in the space, and I think we're just going to start to see some pretty interesting things landing in the near future too. But yeah, let's open it up for more questions if folks have things they want to talk about. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Sorry about that, but do you think that Brave could do a better job differentiating between us and Google and Chrome? Because a lot of people out there are still dissing Brave because of Chromium.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Like, and I think it's kind of a tricky one because there's a couple of things. Like, one, I'm even looking at stuff right now where, like as a Chromium project, Brave supports Chrome extensions, right? And there are some things where, there's going to be some overlap between the two. And then there's other things where, like customizability, like user first kind of principles that are built into the software, and all of that we have is a differentiator. And then there's another part too that's interesting because I was replying to somebody last week who was pretty critical and said, hey, like, if you guys don't differentiate the user experience from Chrome at all, like, why would anybody switch to you or whatever? And it's interesting because the thing that people don't really, the thing that doesn't necessarily stand out to people is that, like, Chrome's like the number one browser by adoption, right? You got like 3.5 billion people or whatever. And so, like, there are things you can inherit that kind of benefit from somebody getting to that lead position, and making it a simple change. Like, and I think that, like, one of the interesting things here is, like, what are the things we hear the most from people on that where we want to differentiate, right? Like, and then, like leaning in there more too. Like, I've been seeing a lot of requests from people to customize certain things, which I think are good requests that we should look at. And I know the team's looking at them, and I'm seeing things like split view and other stuff that's been getting really good reception from the community. But also, I mean, I think that, one of the interesting things is that, hey, if we have all these good things that are baked into Brave, but make it so that you can, if you're a Chrome user, like, converting you over is just like, look, like, it's not too different of an experience except for all these good things that you get from us. Like, there's a balance there, right? Like, where, you want to differentiate, but, like, also make it familiar enough, because people are finicky about browsers. Like, I remember when we first released the mobile on Android, where it had the navigation or the menu bar down at the bottom of the screen, it was like a rocket dropped on the chart. Like, people are really upset that the something familiar had moved. So there's kind of a bit of a balance between, like, not disrupting what people expect, but also having it, having it different enough, right? Like, and so I think that's one of the reasons why we really try to listen to a lot of, like, what are the different things that people really want to customize, because I think those are the things where, we can get the biggest lift, or what other new things can we introduce, or, et cetera. Like, lots of little areas that we can improve on. But I think it's a good point. And I think a lot of the differentiation is, like, kind of built into the browser already, where, like, you can go, we could do a much better job, I think, on a bunch of these fronts, like on, differentiating, like, the differences, right? Like, hey, like, look, like, here are some things that, even today, I was just looking when we started this call, I was getting some replies from people saying, hey, look, does this extension vulnerability apply to Brave too? Because it's a Chrome extension. When I was tweeting about how Brave has a, like, wallet that's built in, and is not an extension, right? So you get a lot of overlapping wires and stuff like that from the community. So I think that some of the best differentiation we can show is just showing kind of a side by side, and showing, like, how just the default experience is so much better and differentiated. But I take your point, though. I think, is there a specific thing that, like, you are seeing people being critical of that we could do better around? I'd be curious to hear that.
Well, it's just basically an argument about with Chromium.
Yeah.
They act like, a lot of people act like it's so easy to create a browser, a good browser, not just a browser, but a good browser. And
yeah,
it's not that easy,
Totally. I mean, and there's, like, people think you can just kind of, like, fork something and it's done. And the reality is that like even if you look at the forks, you know, one thing that Brave's been very almost like religious about is staying up to the most current version of Chromium and Chrome that to get all the latest patches and stuff. Like we had people that are just dedicated to that work alone. But also like, yeah, there's this also another thread of people that are just very anti Chromium. When in reality too, like if Chrome, I understand why, but also like, you know, there are reasons why you go with the best sometimes, right?
So what percentage of the privacy community do you think we have in our corner?
I mean, I think there's a good percentage, but I also think that the privacy community is interesting because like there's a lot of like kind of sub cohorts of people that like there's some people that will like be very loyal, like will say like, look, I want to recommend Brave for everything, but I need these things. And then on the other hand, there are some people that are like very much like, look, I don't want to have the same company providing me all of my tools. Like I want to have some diversification there because I want to be able to say like, I don't want to like put all my eggs in one basket, which I can totally see where that's coming from too. Right. And so I think that it's hard to kind of put a percentage to it because the privacy community like doesn't want to get tracked anyway. Right. Like, so it's kind of tricky. Like, and there's also like some bias internally too, where I think that, you know, in some regards, people think that we have a bigger imprint than we actually do in some areas, right? Like, you know, when you start to look at the numbers of population, even like in the US, I think, you know, there are a lot of people in the US, like, I don't think we're even close to where, you know, we're like a neighborhood thing yet. We're not even, we have lots of room to grow all over the place. And I think that, you know, the things that have been really good, where we've grown a lot in the privacy space has been by sticking to our guns on, you know, first principles and like saying, look, like, you know, we haven't done things that, you know, people were expecting, you know, skeptical skeptical people or cynical people would be more like expecting the other shoe to drop, you know, when you get to a certain size, like, okay, when are they going to cave on these privacy principles, or like when are they going to give in to, you know, sell out or whatever. And yeah, I think the more that we stick to our guns on, you know, making sure that keeping our promises to our users is like the best thing we can do, because ultimately, like, we're seeing it right now. Like people are seeing things now that they never thought they would see happen. And when those things happen, they say, okay, well, where can I go now? And, you know, if you're sticking to your guns, then you're the place that they can go. And sometimes the differences aren't as bad as they may have made them out to be before, because right now I'm seeing people that are recommending Brave that said that they would never recommend Brave before, but you know, people can change their minds too over time. So I think it's important that we just stay true to like the mission, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's a good question. We've got some time, 7 minutes left on this front. But yeah, love to hear like anything else from you guys. Also, if there's any other else. Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah, if no one else has any questions, first of all, I've seen a lot of those. I want to change this stuff. Also, requests for if you open a new tab, the top left corner, the stats and the suggested last pages you have there.
Oh yeah.
Many want to have it resized or more options, more links in there, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Like, I think, you know, there are things we could do to gamify it too a little bit more, right? Like if you want it, right? Like I think it'd be cool to
add more customization in general.
Yeah, or even like link up some of these things together, you know, where you've got, okay, like I've hit certain block count or over time or whatever, you know, milestones. Like maybe there's a better way we could gamify that stuff. I think it seems to be something that's a common thread. Like once people see that number get to a certain size, they start to talk about it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, C-Ray, you got a hand up. What's up?
Hey, I was actually just going to jump in on what he was saying.
Yeah, please.
That is a common thing. Right now, we do have the new tab page restricted due to the new tab page ads, the sponsored images.
Yeah.
And so I think all he was saying is people want to be able to like re-put the clock, or have more than like when we add our favorites and stuff to it. It's only able to see a select few, and then you have to like hit the show more or the buttons. People want it permanently more. Is that something that you guys would ever consider trying to revamp? Or are we telling them, hey, sorry, even though you have all of this real estate, you only are allowed to use a certain percentage because we need to have the rest blank just so the ads can be seen?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's even like an ad thing as much as anything else, right? Because people can just turn that off. Like, I think I know they're working on some updates to the new tab takeover, like layout and stuff. I think these are good things that we should. I'll take it back to the team, like, because why not, right? Like, I mean, the new tab page is kind of almost like, your desktop interface on your operating system, right? Like, it'd be really cool to let people customize that more, and it would keep the users in the browser longer. Like, I think that's kind of the thing. Like, the amount of time people spend in the browser is like significant, and so we're also seeing that there's like a big interest from prospective partners and folks on that metric, because X has been making a big deal about time spent in app, and it turns out that like people spend a lot of time in their browser. So I think that like we'll take this back to the team. I don't think that we're hard opposed to any of that. I think it's kind of, there have been some things that they wanted to add in, like the search bar and other things like that. I know there's been some widget work that's been done underway recently, but like, let me take that to the team and see what we can get a temperature check on, like where the edges might be there. And also I'll see if there's some work that we can share at the next call around what's coming, like with changes to the new tab page.
All right.
I know they are working on like a more like a richer new tab takeover thing too, but there's also some other stuff around just the new tab page in general that is getting worked on right now.
All right, awesome. I wish I could remember if it was back when it was Jimmy or if it was Chris or who I talked to, but I do know a long time ago they said it was intended that way. And
it might have been,
because as much as people were saying they were turning off like sponsored images and all, and they said, well, we still can't use it. Why? They said, well, we didn't want to incentivize it, because if we said you could use it when you turn off ads, everybody would want to turn them off. So yeah, at least I know, like you said, as everything's revamping, maybe we can add it.
Well, and I mean, like, there's been like a lot of time to, and it's funny because like, if you look at, like, we have this like P3A measurement of like where it gives you kind of statistical, information like about the usage of features and stuff. And like one of those things that we can see over time, it's one I kind of religiously look at, is like, what's the percentage of users that are disabling the new tab takeover? Because, it's an area, one, I like, my team is kind of partially responsible for, or is responsible for the like approval process on that stuff. And two, like, we hear people tend to be pretty opinionated about like what runs there too. So it's like one of those things where, and the interesting thing is that, since we've been measuring it, it's been like many years at this point. It's never like it right now, I think it's around 93% of people keep it on. It's never like really gotten, it's never gotten above 10% of people that are turning it off, which is interesting. Like, but also like, I think, there should be more ground to like customize. And I don't think it might have been something at the time where I know that for a while they were testing out stuff like click zones and stuff like that. Which I'm like, dude, I don't like that anyway. Like, so, I think, let me go back to the team and see like what else, what other ground we can get there. Cause I'm seeing more and more requests from people around like customizations, like, especially from like a lot of the folks that like Keith hangs out with and has brought around too, that are being more vocal. So, it's something where, and I think there's a time now too, where like, as AI gets more integrated in the browser itself is going to be more customizable, I think, like, you know, as we go on. So anyway, let me see what we can do there, but appreciate the feedback. And at that, we're at the top of the hour. So thank you everybody for joining the BAT community call today. We'll be back 1 week from today, same BAT time, same BAT channel. Keep your eyes peeled for the rewards partner program announcement. Hopefully all you get your batty your BAT antenna up for that. And I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
See everyone.
Bye, you guys.
Everyone, thanks for coming.
Bye bye.